Welcome to Northern California's best-kept secrets. While everyone flocks to Yosemite, Big Sur, and Lake Tahoe, some of the region's most spectacular destinations sit empty, waiting for travelers willing to venture off the beaten path. Today, I'm revealing hidden gems that most tourists never discover. These are places where you'll have epic landscapes mostly to yourself, where prices are lower than the famous spots, and where authentic Northern California experiences haven't been polished for Instagram. From free volcanic landscapes to budget mountain towns to luxury hidden retreats, these are the places locals don't want you to know about. But I'm sharing them anyway. Let's explore Northern California's hidden treasures. Lassen Volcanic National Park, the Forgotten Volcano. Starting with California's most underrated national park. Lassen Volcanic is like Yellowstone's little brother, featuring boiling mud pots, steaming fumaroles, and colorful hydrothermal areas, but with a fraction of the crowds. The park entrance costs $30 per vehicle for 7 days, but once inside, nearly everything is free. Bumpass Hell Trail is a moderate 3-mile round-trip hike to the park's largest hydrothermal area. Boardwalks take you past boiling springs and steam vents, in a landscape that looks like another planet. On summer weekdays, you might have this entire geothermal wonderland almost to yourself. Compare that to Yellowstone, where you're shoulder to shoulder with tour groups. Manzanita Lake offers free shoreline access, with Mount Lassen reflected in perfectly still water at sunrise. Rent a kayak for about $25 and paddle across the lake with the volcano towering above you. The campground here runs $30 per night, putting you in the heart of volcanic country for budget prices. The park has over 150 miles of hiking trails, most completely empty even in peak summer. Summit Lake is a hidden alpine gem where you can swim in crystal clear mountain water without another person in sight. This is what California's national parks felt like 50 years ago. MCARTHUR-BURNEY Falls, California's most beautiful waterfall. Theodore Roosevelt called Burney Falls the 8th wonder of the world, yet most Californians have never heard of it. This 129-foot waterfall flows year-round at 100 million gallons per day, fed by underground springs that keep it cascading even in drought years. MCARTHUR-BURNEY Falls Memorial State Park charges $10 for day-use parking. A short quarter-mile paved trail takes you to the base of the falls, where mist creates rainbows, and the roar is thunderous. The volume and power rival any waterfall in the state, but you won't fight crowds for photos. The park has camping for $35 per night, with sites nestled in pine forest. You're falling asleep to the sound of the waterfall in the distance. Lake Britton borders the park, offering free fishing, swimming, and kayaking, with mountain views in every direction. Pack a picnic, spend the day exploring, and you've experienced one of California's natural wonders for under $20. Meanwhile, tourists are paying to park at overcrowded Yosemite Falls, Trinidad and the Lost Coast, California's remote coastline. Trinidad is a tiny coastal village in Humboldt County where dramatic sea stacks meet pristine beaches, and tourists are rare. Trinidad State Beach offers free access to one of California's most photogenic coastlines. Massive rock formations jut from the sand. Tide pools teem with sea life, and on clear days you can see for miles. The Trinidad Head Trail is a free 1-mile loop with panoramic ocean views, whale watching opportunities, and wildflowers in spring. The trailhead is right in town, and you're hiking above cliffs with seals barking on rocks below. This rivals Big Sur's scenery without the entrance fees or crowds. Stay at the Trinidad Bay Bed and Breakfast for about $150 per night. You get ocean view rooms, homemade breakfast, and your walking distance to beaches and restaurants. The owners share local secrets that guidebooks miss. For the truly adventurous, the Lost Coast Trail offers California's most remote backpacking. This 25-mile coastal wilderness requires advanced planning and permits, but you're hiking beaches where the mountains drop straight into the Pacific. Black sand, driftwood sculptures, and absolute solitude make this California's ultimate hidden adventure. Mount Shasta, California's spiritual mountain. Mount Shasta dominates the Northern California skyline at 14,179 feet, yet most travelers drive right past it on Interstate 5. The town of Mount Shasta sits at the mountain's base, offering budget accommodations, quirky shops, and access to incredible free outdoor adventures. Bunny Flat Trailhead provides free access to alpine hiking, with the summit looming above. In summer, you can hike through wildflower meadows and snowfields. In winter, snowshoeing here is magical with the mountain glowing at sunset. No permits required, no crowds. Just you and one of California's most iconic peaks. Lake Siskiyou offers camping for $30 per night with Mount Shasta reflected in the water. Rent a kayak for $20 and paddle across the lake. Swimming beaches are free, and the scenery rivals anything at Tahoe for a fraction of the cost. Mount Shasta Resort provides mid-range comfort, starting around $180 per night, with golf course, restaurant, and chalets with mountain views. You're experiencing alpine luxury without Tahoe prices. For a unique splurge, book a night at McLeod Hotel for about $200. This historic 1915 hotel has been beautifully restored with period furniture, and the small town of McLeod feels frozen in time. The nearby McLeod Falls are 3 spectacular waterfalls accessible via an easy hiking trail, all completely free. Glass Beach and Mendocino Coast, artistic coastal villages. Fort Bragg's Glass Beach is one of California's strangest attractions. What was once a dump site has been transformed by the ocean into a beach covered in smooth, colorful sea glass. It's free to visit, and walking the shore, collecting sea glass pieces worn smooth by decades of waves, is oddly meditative. The Mendocino coast offers dramatic headlands, sea caves, and coastal villages that look like they belong in New England. Mendocino Headlands State Park surrounds the town with free clifftop trails, offering whale watching, wildflowers, and sunset views over the Pacific. Stay at budget motels in Fort Bragg for under $100 per night. Or splurge on Mendocino's Victorian bed and breakfasts starting around $250. Either way, you're on one of California's most beautiful coastlines with far fewer tourists than Big Sur or Carmel. Russian Gulch State Park charges $8 for day use and features a dramatic blowhole where waves crash through a collapsed sea cave. The campground offers sites for $35 with coastal forest surroundings. It's peaceful, beautiful, and overlooked by tourists rushing between San Francisco and the Redwoods. Avenue of the Giants, the better Redwood Drive. Everyone knows about Redwood National Park, but Avenue of the Giants offers a more intimate Redwood experience. This 31-mile scenic drive parallels Highway 101 through Humboldt Redwoods State Park, winding through the world's largest remaining old-growth redwood forest. The drive itself is free, and dozens of pullouts offer access to short trails through cathedral groves. Founders Grove has a wheelchair-accessible loop through massive trees, and you'll likely have it mostly to yourself. Compare this to Muir Woods, where you're paying for parking and walking shoulder to shoulder on crowded trails. Camping at Burlington Campground costs $35 per night and puts you in a redwood grove where trees tower hundreds of feet overhead. Fall asleep to complete silence, broken only by occasional owl calls. Wake up to shafts of sunlight piercing through the canopy. This is the Redwood experience without the crowds. Stop in the tiny towns along Avenue of the Giants for budget diners and quirky shops. Myers Flat has an old-school market, perfect for picnic supplies. And the entire drive feels like stepping back to 1950s California. The verdict. Why hidden gems matter. Here's what makes these places special. You're not just avoiding crowds and saving money, though both are true. You're experiencing Northern California the way it used to be. These destinations reward curiosity over popularity, exploration over Instagram, and authenticity over polish. Prices are lower because demand is lower. Campgrounds have availability because tourists don't know they exist. Trails are empty because they're not in guidebooks. But the scenery, the experiences, and the memories are just as incredible as the famous places. My recommendation? Pair a hidden gem with a popular destination. Visit Yosemite, but also hit Lassen. Do Big Sur, but explore Trinidad. See Lake Tahoe, then discover Mount Shasta. You'll spend less money, see fewer people, and have stories that your friends haven't heard before. These hidden gems won't stay hidden forever. Tourism spreads, word gets out, and eventually, everywhere gets discovered. But for now, Northern California still has secret places waiting for travelers willing to venture off the main road. That's your guide to Northern California's hidden gems. Drop a comment telling me which one you're most excited to explore. Subscribe to The Earnest Traveler as we continue our journey across America. Next week, we're leaving California behind and heading to the desert Southwest, starting with the Grand Canyon at every budget level. Until then, get out there and find your own hidden gems.